What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on 539. So I am over in Ohio again today and decided to check out this random little 1800s graveyard here on the side of the road, kind of out in the middle of the country here. I'm on my way to another location right now. Looks like it has a decent sized wooded section around the back, so a lot of times we find the graves that have been lost in the woods behind, and already I'm kind of seeing some signs that there might be stuff back there, so let's get out and check out this place. So I wanted to take a look at the sign first. It looked really old. Wow. I don't know if that's original, but it's definitely got some age to it. And way back in the corner this way is where I'm seeing stuff that looks like it's actually partially in the woods, and there might be some stuff that's fully in the woods, so we'll check it out here. So this is definitely an older Civil War veterans marker right here. I think these are actually some of the originals, even before the GAR was formed. Really large bush right here, but I don't actually think there's anything in this one. You can see here what kind of job even a single yucca plant can do. Not so bad quite yet though. And another combination of two of these incredibly large evergreen bushes. And it looks like there's definitely at least one thing in here. One memorial, I mean. You can see right there. From, looks like 1858 to 1923. Not seeing anything else. At least not popping up right away. Here's another interesting one that again has no final date on it. You can see where they actually carved out the space on this particular one here. Wow, the backside, or actually the entire center of this bush looks incredible. What is this? It might be another, I think it's a I always accidentally find these. It's a geocache. There's nothing to write on, but you can see the log that's here. A little bit more respectful of a place than last time, not actually crammed in between somebody's memorial, so that's pretty cool. Looks like it hasn't been signed since 2018. Oh no, there is a 19 ledger. Since there's no pen, I'm not going to sign this one. It's kind of cool though. If you guys want to come out and see it, there's a few little trinkets in here. And we'll go ahead and deposit it right back where it was. Pretty cool. All the way over here you can see there's actually several more graves partially covered up, but we are at the actual fence line, and I don't see anything that's fallen behind the fence line, which is right here. And there is one little chunk right here too. I don't know, it looks kind of like a row marker or something. And they actually have used this same method of putting a metal frame around the existing stone to prop it back up again. Looks like that right there says father. So it is something that has been buried over time here. Quite a lot of veterans in this little country graveyard here. So this has fallen down a little bit. You see a massive crack in the branch here, probably during a large storm, and so it has fallen down, and it looks like nearly impacted. It might have impacted, yeah, it looks like one at least. Wow, it actually kind of looks like, luckily, it just fell all the way around it and never touched it. That was really lucky. And we got, looks like a large thorn bush right here. So it'd be interesting to see what's buried under here. And you can see there definitely is something. And it looks like it's actually just the bottom section of something with a little bit of poetry or potentially a scripture verse written. I'm not really sure. I did notice at least one more thing under this bush here too. And I'm not sure if maybe we can spot the other half of the headstone back here, or if it's just that far overgrown. And cutting back over to the tree, you can see that it itself has probably swallowed or broken up a few headstones in its time. I'm guessing that's what these are here, just pieces of what remains. And it looks like even, I'm not really sure. It kind of looks like it might have grown around another stump, but I think that's just the way the tree has grown over the years. Not seeing anything really around the back side here. Some fairly interesting memorials right next to it too. This one here has a greenish color, but it almost looks to be painted. And right next to it is a World War I veteran too. I don't know if this was the old entryway here. I'm not really sure what these pieces are. There's a couple different chunks of things going back, and I don't know. I think that's just plant life though. But it kind of looks like there were either some walking stones or this whole area right here used to be paved as a little road coming in. Whoa, so this is a War of 1812 veteran here. Also sort of a rare thing that we find here on the channel. And yet another Civil War veteran here up towards the front. A little bit more difficult to read the stone. The writing's not in too bad a condition, but again, it's just one of those colors that are really hard to decipher. It doesn't provide much contrast looking at it. Way over in the distance is actually a herd of cattle. I don't know if they're feeding somewhere. It looks like they might be feeding right now. Another notable monument here that describes an immigration from England. And it looks like right up here is a Woodman of the World monument, as well as someone in the family was a veteran of the Civil War. Pretty hard to decipher what it says up here, though. What an interesting last name here. And a first name, too. Dieter Rocky, I believe that is. Unless that's a P. I'm pretty sure that's an R though. So, as usual, I do want to come back to the back and take a quick look around to see if anything else has gotten left close to the borders or beyond the borders, or I don't even know where the fence line is back here. You can't see any old barbed wire fence. And in most places, it's actually really close to the line of the plants here, but right now I can't see it at all. It's just back that way somewhere, or it's non-existent. A mammoth spider web here. I'm not seeing the spider. Oh, I am. It is right up there hiding. I don't know if you can see how big that thing actually is. Alright, continuing along this back edge here. If we don't see anything soon, we're probably not going to find anything at all, because it looks like we're now finally connecting back up with the edge of the fence line. It looks like maybe the fence was just cut because it's only a few feet back there. It kind of blends in well with the foliage, but it appears like this place is being cared for really, really well. Not much to be seen in the brush, just a few things that need to be picked up here and there. And this is the very corner of the fence. You can see one of the fence posts right there. And looks like somebody has come and cut a few things down. Maybe that have been overgrown. This might have been lost at one time. It is fairly old, from 1878 to 1948 there. And there was somebody that actually turned around right up there towards the field of cattle that we were looking at earlier, and they sort of slowly backed in to this parking space as they were what appeared to be looking at me. So I'm not really sure if we potentially attracted a little bit of attention or not. We'll see how well it goes here, but so far no one's tried to pull in behind me. I'm gonna check around this tree up here and also see if I can get a view of this truck that was pulling around in strange ways. Oh, that is really steep. I don't know that we're gonna find anything around this particular tree here. And definitely nothing that's fallen down the hill there either. But no sign of anybody, so they must have just kept going, so that's good. Another one here that's been just trapped by these decorative plants. And during this time of the year it's not so bad because a lot of it's dying back. But again, it kind of begs me to ask the question, why not just cut it all away anyway? And not too far from it, and just right next to another buried item here in the grass is this decorative area here. And again, if we're just to pull it back a little bit, you can see that there's a whole monument that probably, and it looks like even an extra headstone that would have been standing up completely. This is one of the vertical standing markers, similar to one of these right next to it here. And it looks like this is a headstone, and then this is another section of the vertical pinnacle style marker, and then even something else looks like another headstone right there. It's so thick that I would literally have to have like a weed whacker or something to get it all out of there and even see names or dates or anything.